Yes, we're just coming to basically a Qigong move called Tiger and Braces Head. Again, don't get too caught up, they're all different names. In fact, it's Tiger and Braces Head. It's one of the moves within the moves. It's not included as a move in the long Wudam form. It's something completely different to this, so they do get mixed up. But again, it's a basic motion where you're turning here and coming back. It's a very sort of martial arty looking, sort of a short hook type move. But again, it's just movement. But we're going to put not going to breathe into the belly like a balloon, like traditional Qigong, which helps the meridians and massages the organs. We're going with a Pilates setup. So it's just taking a bit of movement and putting the Pilates setup with it. So with that, we're going to start the breathing, the Pilates breathing. So just to start off with, stand naturally, Zen posture, and all we're going to do is zip up pelvic floor and scoop out your abdominals. Right now, they go together, okay? And just naturally breathe. Zip up pelvic floor, scoop out your abdominals, navel towards the spine. And you'll find, as you're doing that right now, the breath will go up into these lower lobes of lungs, anywhere but the stomach, okay? Because there's nowhere else the breath to go right now apart from into these lower lobes of lungs. As you gather in here, scoop out your abdominals, that'll put the breath up here. Now again, we're going to, as we do that right now, we're breathing through the nose and exhaling through pursed lips. As if you're sort of blowing out a candle through pursed lips as you still zip up pelvic floor and scoop out your abdominals. Breathing through the nose and exhaling through pursed lips, and simply allow that simplicity just to relax the mind as you do that right now. We're going to get a little bit of awareness. So as you zip up pelvic floor and scoop out your abdominals, breathing in from the nose still and exhaling through pursed lips. We're going to get these two middle fingers touching underneath what we call the xiphoid process, the sternum, the breastbone, palms on the lower lobes of lungs. Make sure your shoulders are down. Sometimes we don't notice. Let them down. Two middle fingers touching underneath the xiphoid process. And as you're still doing that breathing, zipping up pelvic floor and scooping out your abdominals, and breathing in through the nose and exhaling through pursed lips, you'll feel that breath go into them lower lobes of lungs, the intercostals, the ribs, anywhere but the stomach. So much so you feel the two middle fingers slightly parting and coming back to touch each other. Just moving like seaweed on the bottom of the seabed to the sides and back. Just adding width to the lungs and length for the out breath. As you zip up pelvic floor and scoop out your abdominals, you're breathing through the nose and you're exhaling through pursed lips. As you zip up pelvic floor and scoop out your abdominals, you can't do one without the other. They go together, they're muscles. You'll put that breath low and deep into them lower lobes of lungs, so much so the two middle fingers slightly part and come back to touch each other. Okay, just to see where that breath's going right now. It's what we call lateral thoracic breathing in Pilates. That helps us use our corset muscle 3 layers deep and our pelvic floor to support the spine in the most efficient manner right now. And just to see that's happening, you can just feel these middle fingers slightly parting, coming back to touch each other, just moving like seaweed on the bottom of the seabed to the sides and back, just adding width to the lungs and length for that out breath. That lovely, free, expansive breath. Keep breathing in organ deep, cell deep, even bone marrow deep into them lower lobes of lungs. So someone's opening an umbrella inside your ribcage and letting go, or someone's just pushing out from inside your ribs and letting go. Even imagine someone's wrapped a scarf tightly around your ribs and you breathe into that scarf wide and full, just adding width to the lungs and length to that out breath. Lovely. Now, as you're still doing that, we can take them fingers away and get a little bit of awareness of these muscles as we're still breathing the same way. We can get these thumbs here, go from the hips all the way around the belt line, the B line, the bikini line, the belt line, whatever you want to call that. We like to call it the B line. Now again, this is lower than this line is your pelvic floor, and above this is your abdominals, especially the corset muscle 3 layers deep, which is linking on like cling film onto this pelvic floor. So you've got the pelvic floor lower, and again the corset muscle 3 layers deep links on this B line like cling film. Okay, so then 2 muscles go together. If you cough or sneeze, you can feel them go together. Okay, so just making you aware them muscles go together. Even just do your pelvic floor, you just tuck in the belly button. Even if you do one of them, it's still happening. But again, we're specifically saying zip up pelvic floor and scoop out your abdominals. And just having that awareness right now will help you use them muscles in the correct fashion. Sometimes it's a bit like in amnesia, you don't know their muscles are there. We can't use them in the correct fashion. If we know they're there, we can use them in the correct fashion to support the spine. Lovely. As you're still zipping up pelvic floor and scooping out your abdominals, keep breathing in through the nose and exhaling through pursed lips. You're sort of blowing out a candle through pursed lips. That sort of works like that cough or sneeze. Helps everything come in towards the spine, that breathing. Okay, lovely. So as you're still doing that, breathing in through the nose and exhaling through pursed lips right now, as you simply zip up pelvic floor and scoop out your abdominals. That helps us breathe right now into these fish gills, organ deep, cell deep, even bone marrow deep, into them lower lobes of lungs, intercostals, the ribs, anywhere but the stomach. To help us use our pelvic floor and our corset muscle, 3 layers deep, wrap around our spine to segmentally stabilise our spine right now. Lovely. So just going to add that to motion. So again, like I say, it's not traditional Qigong, it's just taking a movement. As with all Qigong, no matter what it is, even if Qigong don't modify it, we will modify it for Pilates. So again, a squat motion, feet facing the front, you can stay up tall or go down deep. If you do go down deep, I'd go no lower than you keep your knees in line with toes. If you still want to go deeper and you're fine, stick the tailbone out that way and carry on down, but only as low as you can keep your knees in line with toes. So that's optional, how deep you go. Okay, keep the Iyengar yoga principles of going no lower than knees in line with toes. You want to go wider, feel free, or just stand up naturally in Shizen posture. And then we're just going to add a bit of a karate stance there. So if you do want to go down in deep in a horse riding stance, feel free. Shoulders down, exhaling here, and comes up. Breathing, coming back, and it's breathing, come back. Breathing, coming back there. Just turning off this plumb line of the body with shoulders down, lengthen up for the crown. Exhale. Here, again, but keep some alignment. Keep this a yoga alignment. Again, elbow in line with wrist and elbow in line with shoulder. Breathing, coming back, hands come back to here. Again, facing the ceiling, and it's if you get there and you're still breathing, just let that out breath go out. When you're ready to come back, the in breath takes you back. As you still zip up pelvic floor and scoop out your abdominals, exhale here. Keep that alignment, shoulders down, don't let your shoulders come up. Drop them down if you want. Breathing, coming back, exhale. And breathing, coming back. Lengthen up for the crown. So if you've got a puppet string on your hook, on your head, or a hook on your head, pulling your head up towards the ceiling, that puppet string, that hook, that brace, pulling you up towards the ceiling. Shoulders down, lengthen up for the crown, keep the tension out the shoulders. Imagine you've got that soft feed between the shoulder blades, that trickle of water just running down your back and dispersing down the shoulders over hips, head over shoulders, turn and come back. If you're going to go deeper, you sit down deeper and you turn. Again, optional. If you do want to go out wider in a horse riding stance, you can take the feet slightly out, but not Charlie Chaplin, okay? They're not directly to the front, just slightly out, okay? A natural position. If you feel anything on the knees, just stand up higher. Don't go as that deep, okay? Don't go down so deep. If you go down deep, no lower than your knees in line with toes, okay? Keep them Iyengar yoga principles, Iyengar yoga, keep that alignment. No lower than knees in line with toes, I'll emphasise that. If you do to go down deep. Again, you can even imagine as you're doing that, them roots just growing up and nourishing the body from the floor. As you root yourself in, lovely. Shoulders over hips, head over shoulders, same deal. Zipping up pelvic floor, scooping out your abdominals, navel towards the spine, okay? Again, in that breath synchronized movement manner. Vinyasa, exhale, breathing in, coming back. Again, if the movement runs out before the breath, keep that exhale going through pursed lips. So if you're blowing out a candle through pursed lips, shoulders down. Watch them shoulders, they will try and creep in because, again, 80% of us are very overactive. I'll say it's more than these upper traps, the way we live. They try and take over. So before you start, drop the shoulders down and just calibrate and synchronise and integrate the breath with a motion. As you zip up pelvic floor and scoop out your abdominals. Lovely. And just take it, it's just a motion. Again, a Qigong motion, tiger embraces head, but putting that Pilates setup with it. I've done it the traditional way and with yogic breathing, all different types of breathing. These Qigong ones. So don't get too caught up. It's just motion. It's just movement at the end of the day. Again, I will do the Qigong stuff so you can go into the meridians, stuff like that. But that's the end of that one. Again, tiger embraces head in the Pilates style. Bang.